Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's a very important match, I must say. Brentford versus City. I mean, Brentford have been sort of our bogey team last season, but I would say that looking at when we played them last season, one was before the World Cup and the other one was, after we had won the league. So you cannot attribute too much and say that, unlike Crystal Palace, that Brentford is a bogey team and stuff. But whatever the situation is, it's February and no excuses are allowed today. You have to win. This is the time when City do not know anything else but winning, so City have to win today. There's no other option left really, because look at it. Yesterday Arsenal won with Liverpool, and I mean a draw would have been a good result ideally with both the title rivals dropping points. But Arsenal won with Liverpool, so literally now it gives City an option. Now suddenly you don't need to go to Anfield and win. Even a draw or even a bloody loss at Anfield would still be fine because of what happened yesterday. The same thing when Arsenal come to Etihad, you don't actually need to beat Arsenal. You can even draw with Arsenal, and drawing with Arsenal at Etihad is the least minimum you ask. We ideally have to go and beat them. So suddenly, what yesterday's result had done, and the results of Arsenal in the past in December against West Ham uh, and those sort of teams, what they've done is they've suddenly given us a bit of breathing space, which we don't have during the run in February, March, when you had seen in the last 3-4 seasons those title races against Liverpool and stuff when it was head to head. So I think it's important that we do put away these teams like Brentford and all of the teams so that you can breathe easy when you play your title rivals. And we still have to go to Spurs, so there are certain difficult fixtures coming up, to be honest, especially in away grounds. St James's Park is gone, a late winner. So, but the interesting thing for me is the lineup. This has been the question in everybody's mind. What will happen when everybody's fit? Where does that leave Pep Guardiola with? And how does he play Julian Alvarez, Ford, and KDB, Doak, Bernardo Silva? Everybody in the same team. Of course, Rodri has to play and Haaland has to play up top. But how does he fit it in like this? And it's not what is being shown on the screen. I'm sorry, it's not. But that's how most of the popular websites and everyone have put the lineup. Foden will play in midfield. Bernardo Silva will play in midfield. Which this season everybody is asking. Last season was John Stones coming into the midfield. That was the tactical, master stroke which Pep Guardiola did this season, and he had done away with fullbacks. Basically, Pep Guardiola last season from February he played with four centre backs and then Stones into the midfield to form a box. But this season, you look at it, Pep Guardiola has really done away with wingers there. Foden will come into the midfield, Bernardo Silva into the midfield, which means narrow. I think Guardiola will own that left side. Guardiola is essentially a wing back now. Walker is a wing back now. So we have done away with wingers. I think if Doku comes, when he will play internally, I think Pep will not uh, tell him to stay wide. I think this formation is excellent for Jack Grealish as well. Grealish would love to play in the midfield. So there are no wingers in this team right now. I mean, there's no winger position that Pep Guardiola is playing. It's just playing with four midfielders, and both the fullbacks are gonna go up and down. Interesting tactic for me, because I think it's interesting because not just in this match, but generally as well. I think if you want to continue with this long term, then I think it depends on what kind of a successor you want for Kyle Walker. Because if you want someone who you want to essentially play as a wing back, which means he needs to have those crossing abilities as well, along with the defensive qualities. I actually think Jeremy Frimpong is an option for me actually, who could be a replacement for Kyle Walker. He's got impressive recovery pace. So again, Pep changes his setup from season to season. You don't know. So I don't know what Pep has in his mind for the long term, literally. But this is interesting for me because I'm sort of a bit confused because he does not want Alvarez to play out on the wing. He does not want Foden to play out on the wing. He does not want KDB to play out on the wing. So how will he fit? How will he fit them? This is it. I think this is it. Will be interesting going forward. And another interesting thing is the center backs. Ake has been exceptional. Ruben Diaz is captain at this point of the season. You don't want to remove Ruben Diaz, but it's interesting because in the FA Cup game against Spurs, actually, he's played Stones and Ake. Now he's playing Diaz and Ake. So does that mean that Ake is the mainstay here in this defense? That's another interesting because he cannot remove Walker is Walker. He cannot remove Guardiola there. That's the thing. People could say shift Ake left back, Stones in the middle, Ruben with Ruben Diaz. He cannot shift Ake left back because the dribbling ability of Josko Guardiola in those tight spaces is just superb. Nathan doesn't have it. The dribbling ability, the Guardiola is an exceptional carrier of the ball. People haven't seen his entire repertoire in the City career. Camdenia is here. Hey Camdenia, how are you doing? He says, looking forward to even Tony versus Ruben Diaz. I think it will basically be Nathan versus I think it could basically be Natanake versus even Tony, to be honest. I do not think it will be Ruben Diaz versus even Tony because even Tony is fast. I don't think Pep will like that matchup. No, a few people were actually suggesting just tell Kyle Walker to man mark even Tony, which means City play a three-man defense and give Guardiola the license to go forward, play with a three-man defense and stuff. But again, it seems interesting how much of high line will City play today and how much of a low block will Brentford sit back in because remember there is both KDB and Phil Foden both playing between the lines, so it's not as easy as just man marking KDB and then you're done with it because there is Foden who can move in spaces, there is Julian Alvarez who can move in spaces and who will press in that midfield as well. So it's tactically it's going to be very intriguing because I think this is the first time that Pep has had a fully fit lineup. I mean both Haaland and De Bruyne fit together along with Foden in the team. So this is the first time literally Pep is actually starting Foden, De Bruyne, Alvarez and Haaland together. I might be wrong, but I think this is the first time Pep is doing it. JSK says, "Hey Mohan, after a long time. Hey JSK, how are you?" Yes, even I was feeling that. Actually, I was out for the Burnley game. I was outside, so I just could not do that. But yeah, I mean, it just seems a long time, right? Because the FA Cup game against Spurs was, yeah, it feels a long time actually after that FA Cup game against Spurs. Yeah, so yeah, it feels a long time, but glad that yesterday. I mean, how did you view the result, JSK? What did you think of the result yesterday? Count as well if you're there. How did you think about the result yesterday from a City point of view? I mean, was it beneficial for a draw, or are you guys okay with an Arsenal win? Because I don't know. You know what people are arguing is Liverpool know how to go the path in the title race, but people are telling there was always a weakness in that Liverpool midfield, especially with no good CDM there, and they might not last too long in the title race. But then a few people were telling actually Arsenal gaining momentum is a dangerous thing. I don't know, but for me, I thought the best result was a 1-1 draw, and then the best result was a draw, whatever be the score line. But the next best result for me was an Arsenal win because Liverpool win, and suddenly I know Arsenal are out of the title race. But what a Liverpool win yesterday would have done is it would have made our match at Anfield a must win for us, and going to Anfield with a must win is never easy. And what yesterday's result has done is Anfield now, even if it's a loss, we're not we're not far behind. We're not behind at all. So you can afford to lose at Anfield. Even a draw at Anfield will be good enough for us now. So interesting result, very interesting result, and we must pick up those points today. JSK says Liverpool losing enables us to get into the top. True, true, true. True, JSK. And also what it does is it takes that Anfield game, makes that Anfield game not a must win, to be honest. And I think Liverpool will draw somewhere, and literally it means that if we go on our usual run, you could even lose at Anfield and still be okay in the title race. So the permutations have changed very well with that miss kick of Allison. Everything's changed. JSK says, don't think Arsenal can fight for the title this year because they need a striker like Osimhen. That's true. I mean, all of the pundits as well yesterday were feeling that actually without a striker, it's not possible to win. But JSK, what I would say is one advantage with Arsenal is they defensively they look good. I mean, that could be a myth which I'll actually come back to. But defensively, what the pundits generally say is defensively, Arsenal is so solid that they might get away with 1-0 results. I don't actually agree with it because defensively Zinchenko is a weak spot. That this thing between Zinchenko and Gabriel could be a bit of an iffy. This thing Ben White is not the best defensively, to be honest. If you can knock it past him and run past him, Ben White is not as good one on ones. So apart from maybe Saliba and maybe Gabriel sometimes, Arsenal is not as good defensively as it seems. If yesterday Mo Salah was there and Trent was good, I think the Arsenal would have struggled defensively, to be honest. Because Zinchenko and Mo Salah and Trent, that would essentially mean that your Gabriel Martinelli would not have the license to go forward because he'd have to help Zinchenko, defend well. The permutations would have been different yesterday, and I don't buy into this myth that Arsenal are defensively they're very good. They're one of the best teams since Mourinho's Chelsea. That's how these Arsenal pundits are actually looking to give it a color. JSK says most concerning is Spurs away because this time they will have the full team. JSK says their most dangerous player is Declan Rice. He is their Rodri. That's true. That's true. That tells a lot about their attacking prowess. When your best player is Declan Rice. But the Spurs game is interesting, JSK, because a lot of people want to view Spurs through those past results when there were Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, and stuff. But they're a bit different because Spurs have always been a speedy team on the break. But I think under Mourinho, under Conte, especially what we lost twice against Conte, right? 2 seasons back. They would sit back, hit on the break, Kane to Son and or Kane to Kulusevski, whatever, and goal. Those are impossible to defend against. But this time I think Anje will want to press us. Anje will want to play, which means there will be gaps in behind. And the Premier League this season has not seen Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland play together. Just imagine the Spurs highline and Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland play together. I think Spurs away that would be the main aim because and Postecoglou will play that high line. Just imagine Haaland running behind and De Bruyne giving those balls in behind. Will be interesting, but now there's the game to focus and let us see how it goes. Just hoping for the best. Let's switch the match on and even Tony is back. The timing of this clash as well, even Tony is not. I mean, was suspended and he had to come back for this clash for both the matches against City. Vinay is here. Hey Vinay, how are you doing? He says, "What's that lineup?" Everyone was questioning about this, right, Vinay? When everyone switched, how do you play? How do you keep Alvarez happy? How do you play Foden in the midfield? How do you play Bernardo? Vinay, the thing is simple. I think Pep Guardiola has done away with the idea of playing wingers. There are there is no concept of a winger at City. It's Guardiola and Kyle Walker who are going to go up and down. That's it. And then you have four midfielders who will play centrally, who will occupy those spots. Occasionally they might drift out wide to overlap with Walker or Guardiola. That's fine. But I think the concept of this is Pep's tweak this season. The concept of wingers is done away with by Pep Guardiola. We are almost ready to kick off here. When I says no, Kovan, Nunez, Doku, Grealish, I suspect he's going to play Bernardo alongside Rodri in a pivot. We'll just find it out. It's throw into City. Again, the lineup's interesting. JSK says, by the way, City signed a new winger named Savio. Too much left winger, I see. Is he the one from Girona, JSK? Is he the one from Girona? Because I think we were discussing about him from Girona a few weeks ago. Is he the one from Girona? Because I didn't see the news. I know that he's from City Football Group, but I don't know that we have signed him, to be honest. Phil Foden with the ball. It's Josko Guardiola. Guardiola to Nathan Ake. Savinho is actually very interesting, but I don't know that we have signed him actually. Oh, so I'll actually check that. That's interesting because he's exceptional. He's very good. He's the perfect Pep Guardiola winger, I would say. He'll stay wide, he'll come inside, his burst of pace is very good. He works hard, very good Brazilian. It's a transition now. Even Tony, Nathanake, it's a transition. City are on a transition. Both Josko Guardiola and Nathanake on even Tony. That is excellent defending from Rodri. That is wonderful from Rodri. What the hell were we doing there in defense? That was one of the worst piece of defending. Rodri cleared the ball and then I don't know what was happening there, to be honest. That's one of the worst pieces of defending there. Nathanake does well to get the ball back. Brentford away, never easy. And it's a bloody set piece as well, I think, for Brentford. That's well defended. There are two teams you absolutely have to fear at set pieces. One is West Ham and the other one is Brentford. They both are exceptional. West Ham because of the takers and Brentford because of the physical presence inside the box. Josko Guardiola on the ball. Rodri. Ruben Diaz, Kyle Walker, Phil Foden, Josko Guardiola, Nathan Ake, Kyle Walker. Look at the high line that City is actually playing. Wow, this is too high. Shifting the ball from side. There's no left winger if you observe. It's Josko Guardiola on the left wing and Walker on the right wing. Everyone is central, trying to make the pitch as big as possible. This is very interesting from Pep Guardiola. Just imagine if we had someone like a Jeremy Frimpong on the right wing. That is great anticipation there from Josko Guardiola. Guardiola to Ake, City just controlling possession like there's no tomorrow. Rodri. Rodri to Phil Foden. Phil Foden tries a risky pass and there's a chance of a turnover there. Nathaniel has to run. Ah, He has the pace. He has the pace. It was not a foot race. He was. That's the game which Brentford will play. City have to be right every single time, but Brentford can be right once, and that is the game. Kevin De Bruyne with a little bit of space, and referee doesn't give a foul. But space Kevin found himself in there. Literally, it was worth millions, especially in a game when the opposition is sitting in a low block. Rodri, Ruben Diaz, Kyle Walker. Now it's Bernardo Silva on the right hand side. It's another turnover. It's on the transition again, but well done. It's a Brentford throw in. JSK says problem is we have too much left wingers. Need a right back more. I think there are two options. JSK Jan Kuto is the option which Pep Guardiola was talking about. To be honest, I mean Sam Lee from the Athletic was telling that Pep Guardiola. It was not Sam Lee. It was a report in the Daily Star, but there were a few well-placed sources as well who were telling that Pep Guardiola wants to give youngsters like Jan Kuto a chance this summer. So I think Jan Kuto's loan spell ends and Madrid wants him. So I do not think if City don't promise him first team opportunities, he's gonna stay. So think that it's a chance of a counter attack for City. It's a chance of a counter this. That is very well done. Kevin De Bruyne on the ball. Ah, not the quality you expect from King Kevin over there. This game is bloody end to end. Heart attack. That is well done by Nathan Ake. This who told you that this game is going to be a low block game? This is end to end football. Wow, this is Spanish football. It's end to end. Outside, Kevin. Erling Haaland too casual with the finish. Chance. It was a chance for Erling Haaland. Haaland with his standard should have done better on that. It's a Brentford throw in, but City are applying the pressure. But that's what Brentford just need one mistake to pounce upon. But Haaland should have honestly finished that. That was an easy chance by Haaland standards. He was so casual there. Haaland should have finished that. That should have been 1-0 City. What a chance from Haaland. He was too casual on that occasion, Erling Haaland. It's a throw in for City. By the way, who do you guys want on the right back position? Because the two names I'm hearing is Jan Kuto and Jeremy Frimpong. The third one is Pedro Porro, but I think he's unattainable. So the realistic options are Jeremy Frimpong and Jan Kuto, to be honest. It's a throw in for City. City are controlling the game well, but I honestly think Jan Kuto deserves a chance. Is potential. Kevin De Bruyne on the ball. Kevin De Bruyne. That's a foul. I think he should have released it earlier. Referee feels it's a ball tackle, but De Bruyne should have released the ball earlier, to be honest. There were runners in front of him and on either side of him. JSK says Frimpong, but defensively, are you sure Jeremy Frimpong is actually good? I mean, we are not even sure about Jan Kuto defensively. But again, I think if you play this system with your fullbacks coming along the wing, I think defensively you don't need to worry because then it will almost be a back three because when one fullback goes, the other stays and forms a back three. So I think defensively there need not be a worry, to be honest. Nathan Ake with the ball. The game's much more open. It's not essentially an low block or something there by Brentford. Ake does well. Guardiola does exceptionally well. Guardiola's looking That was a good shot by Alvarez. Is it a corner or is it a goal kick? That was a good shot by Alvarez coming onto the ball. That was a good save by the keeper. That was a very good shot, to be honest. I think it was it was actually curling in. That is a magnificent stop by Flacken, and it was a great shot by Alvarez as well. It's a corner for City. Kevin De Bruyne is back. Think we why are we always so shit at set pieces? I don't know. It's another corner for City. Guardiola knew that he would have done much more with that. Guardiola is looking super sharp, is looking super inspired. And honestly, JSK, to see it, we had both Frimpong and Pedro Porro in our academy. Is it a penalty? I don't think actually. The referee waves play on. Kevin De Bruyne gets another bite. I think it's a goal kick now. Interesting first 11 minutes, to be honest. I think with our height, we need to do better on set pieces, to be honest. It was not a penalty on Robin Diaz. I think that would have been harsh for the Brentford player. Kyle Walker was trying to dribble of all people and has lost the ball. That's a great save from Anderson, but I think Tony was offside anyway. He was offside. There's no way that even Tony was onside over there. He's probably had a bet that I'll be offside at least once today. Oh wow, that was close. I'll tell you what, that was actually very, very close. But that even Tony won, that was actually close. That was very close. Kevin touch and go. I think it was Kyle Walker who was playing him on side. That was touch and go. 12 minutes and it's been very, very exciting 12 minutes. Midfield is just so congested. The space is out wide. The space is with Guardiola, especially not as much with Walker, but the space is with Guardiola for sure. They're covering Kevin De Bruyne very tightly. Space is with Phil Foden. And that's another corner. Haaland's laying it off to Alvarez, and Alvarez is shooting. Interesting, interesting tactic. And this is again a good shot from Julian Alvarez. The keeper does well again. Again, how well can this guy actually strike from a distance? Julian Alvarez. That was set piece routine which City practiced there, Justin. Oh wow! What a hit from Kyle Walker that is. Had that gone in, wow, that would have been something else. Just look at that hit from Kyle Walker. Wow, wow, wow. Ah, what are City doing? They're just striking the ball from distance. They're just striking the ball from distance. See the ball, hit the ball. And all of the long shots have been, I think they've just been practicing long shots all week. All of the long shots have been on target, have tested the keeper. And City have got corners. We must make use of at least one of these set pieces. Kevin De Bruyne having the ball out wide. Again, De Bruyne just missing that cross. The quality is just not there on it. Again, it's Kevin De Bruyne, so I'll not complain much, but just a little bit off it today, Kevin De Bruyne, with respect to his crossing. Know that he's just getting back to his full fitness. JSK says we got a set piece coach separately now. That's interesting. That's interesting. Had to be JSK. Had to be. Did we get him in the winter? Did we get him in the winter? Because I don't know. That was not on any news outlet or something. Again, a turnover. My God. Did we get him in the January transfer window? Because I haven't seen it anywhere literally. That's interesting. Edison coming out, JSK and doing his shit. Okay, that's interesting. But still, there needs to be a lot of improvement in the set pieces. It's better. I agree. It's better than the shit we have seen in the first half of the season. Set pieces. It's definitely better. It's definitely much better. So then it's two pieces of news that I missed out on, to be honest, which have told me JSK, that Savinho one and the set piece one. Savinho one I was actually following it closely, but I always thought in the summer we would do something, but set piece one is interesting. Set piece one is interesting. Again, on the weekend reports were coming that we might be in for Olize. So I find it interesting that we have gone in and signed Savio. So no. JSK says last time after De Bruyne free kick, Pep was hugging him. But that finish, JSK, that finish from Alvarez was just next level. Yes, the free kick was smart, but I think that goal was all about the finish. Alvarez, banging it into the far corner, low along the ground. That's definitely not an easy finish. So did against Burnley. Brentford are in City's half, and Rodri gets the ball. Wow, this guy is just something else. And by the way, what do we do with the JSK? What do we do with the Calvin Phillips replacement situation? Who are we getting? That's another question. And now I think every JSK says, I mean, hugging the set piece coach. Okay, I didn't notice that he was the set piece coach actually. That's interesting because it's not anywhere on the news outlets or something. So that's interesting. That was interesting. And also I think the FA Cup match also would have been against Spurs, was also the set piece coach doing his stuff, right? They placed Ruben Diaz on Vicario, and they tried it two, three times, and I think even Everton did it as well. That's excellent from Kevin De Bruyne. That's a corner for City. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you for the information, JSK. But yeah, like I said, Joshua Kimmich. Wow, that would be a dream. I was talking to a friend about that, and he was telling, he's a United fan, and he was telling, Rodri, Kimmich, De Bruyne. How do we even get the ball? How does any team even get the ball from that midfield? Joshua Kimmich could just be superb. But I just hope, JSK, I just hope that Kimmich, Tuchel stays the coach of Bayern till the end of the season, till we sign Kimmich. Because if there's a change in coach, then anything can happen. Kimmich might sign a new deal. It could be anything. That was a stupid shot from Guardiola again. Don't know why they're just striking it from distance instead of trying to play our football. Exactly, JSK, but Tuchel must stay at all costs for that. And doesn't look likely, to be honest, because they're out of the Pokal. Uh, the injuries they're having, Kimmich is out. I think Alfonso Davis, I think, has also suffered an injury. There, Upamecano has suffered an injury. I think it's not Alfonso Davis. They're having a lot of injuries, and I don't think they are in a position for the Champions League. And for the Bundesliga, I think it's difficult. Tuchel might very well get the sack once they're eliminated from the Champions League. And Brentford score. It's Neil Maupay with the goal. Brentford score. That was a run from the deep front from Neil Maupay and Brentford score. Ah, ah, this was coming. I think this is coming. Brentford score, and there's no offside on it as well, right? Because Neil Maupay was running in from deep. Even Tony, who was there's no offside on it as well. The finish was excellent from Neil Maupay. There was no offside on it as well. And Brentford score first. This is what we did not want. And City are behind again. I think Pep needs to bring on Doku, to be honest. This midfield experiment is just not working, maybe. And it's another corner. We've got a new set piece coach. Does that mean that we have to win every corner? I mean, that was just a ball over the top from the keeper. Tony blocked off Ake, and I think Guardiola marking Mape there. Just cannot allow someone to run like that. City had the better first half, but now Brentford will sit in their low block and look to strike on the counter again. Erling Haaland is through. He has to score. Ah! Erling! What a chance that was for Erling Haaland. Haaland had to score over there. A striker of his quality. He had to score over there. It wasn't a tough finish at all for Erling Haaland. Haaland needed to score over there. He was onside as well. Haaland needed to score. Haaland needed to lift it over the bloody keeper. Haaland needed to score that. Haaland needed to score. That was a great through ball from De Bruyne. Erling Haaland needed to score that. Don't know how he didn't. One on one. Haaland generally kills. Haaland generally kills people there with that chance. Haaland one on one. Ah, I'm just angry that Haaland has not scored. It's a simple chance for someone like Erling Haaland. Brentford now getting the ball again. The ball's gone out. The ball's gone out. Ah, Erling just needed to score that, and it was 1-1, and we are back at square one where it started. Know what Brentford are asking for here, but why do we always have to have a comeback on away grounds? Don't know. Give it to Edison, Rodri, but I'm still angry with Haaland not putting that chance away. Don't know about you guys. I'm still going on it one on one. Kevin De Bruyne, Walker gets it. How did the keeper save that? Guardiola struck it like there was no tomorrow. How does the keeper bloody save that? How does the keeper save that? Don't know. Kevin De Bruyne with the set piece. We need to make one of these set pieces count. I don't know why the referee is why Neil Mope is wasting time, but just get on with it, Ruben. City need to score of the set piece. On all away grounds, why do we need to go behind? Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Continuous is Diaz and Mope are busy playing wrestling. I don't know why Diaz has that wrestling this thing to his hand. But the Haaland chance, Haaland one on one. How can he miss that? A striker, a world's best striker, doesn't miss that. You just need to lift it over the bloody goalkeeper and you're in. And you score 1-1. Erling Haaland through ball. Haaland needed to score that, to be honest. I don't know why he's missing simple one on ones this season. That was such a simple chance for a striker of his ilk. Goes one on one, doesn't score. But why do we have to go behind in every away bloody match? Goodison Park, St. James's Park, G Tech Park. I think we don't like stadiums ending in park. It's another corner. Bloody now we have hired a set piece and we're set piece coach and we're getting so many corners. 8 corners it seems. Kevin De Bruyne with the corner kick. Gautam is here. He says some bliss needed. Please, Gautam, please. We need a lot of bliss. Especially Erling Haaland needs some attacking bliss. Not some, a lot of bliss is needed. Especially Erling Haaland, he needs a lot of bliss. Bloody idiot, he goes one on one and doesn't score. One on one against a team that essentially sitting in a low block. Ah, Alvarez and straight to the keeper. We need to score a goal before half time, guys. We need to score a goal before half time. Good, the keeper's not wasting any time, at least now. Again, the long kick and Moped. Even Tony tried the same thing, and that's a bloody reckless challenge. That's a red. That can't be a yellow. That's a red. That's a. I mean, I haven't seen it, but on the first instance, that's a nasty challenge. I think that's at least borderline between red and yellow. There's no attempt to play the ball at all from Neil Mope. That's a nasty challenge. I think it's between red and yellow. Could be anything. It's actually between red and yellow. Mope's got a yellow card, and now may his wrestling match with Ruben Diaz continue. May long it continue. City need to level it up. This fixture is interesting because I think even last time, I don't know, generally in this fixture we are the ones who go up, and generally Brentford win. I don't know, this is following a different pattern today. I hope the result is also different today from the usual one. That's very well done there by Rodri. Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva, another corner. The hell? How many corners? Is the 10th corner, ninth corner, or 10th corner? I think. How many corners? We have hired a set piece and is bloody working over time, I think. What kind of a shit set piece was it? I know the intention was different, but I still think you need to kill teams on a low block. Haaland one on. I know it's 10 minutes since that happened, but Haaland 1-on-1. He has to score over there. He has to break the net. He has to score on that. Well done by Kyle Walker. Burnley. The ball goes back to the keeper and it's hit high. Whenever the keeper is kicking it high, I'm just kidding. Again, Nathan! You can't allow the ball to bounce. There's no keeper there. There's no keeper there. Yes. There's no Edison over there. Kyle, just play on. That's not a head injury. You can play on. You can play on. It's not a head injury. It's not a head injury. You can play on. You can play on. And the Brentford players are telling City he's injured. Why don't you get the ball out? You can't. I mean, there's no obligation to do that unless it's a head injury and the referee blows. Why don't the Brentford players tell the referee to blow then? And Bernardo Silva got the ball. He had not got anything of the man, so it was clear tackle. I think it's Ben Me or someone who's down there on the ground. Candinia says, I think the set piece coach only told the players how to get a corner, but not how to score them. Goodness, it's 9 corners and 30 minutes is almost one corner for every 3 to 4 minutes. I think if you have hired a set piece coach, Countania, who tells you how to get corners, then you might as well buy James Ward-Prowse. That's it. Buy a set piece coach who tells you how to get corners and buy James Ward-Prowse and the league's over. I think with the height you have in the team, Rodri, Guardiola, Diaz, Ake, Haaland, I think the league's over if you do that. You're inevitably gonna score from at least one of the corner. For me, City were the better team in the half, but Erling Haaland was such an idiot. He needs to bloody score. How? I mean, this season he's missed at least 10 easy chances. Three against Forest, one against Wolves. I can just keep counting all night. He's been so shit in his finishing this season. I don't know why. Last season he was so good. This season he's just been shit. Is he being coached by Sterling Gabriel Jesus privately once Pep Guardiola sessions are over? I don't know. Again, it's just the same thing from Brentford. Keeper to Tony, Tony to Mopai, Mopai goal. That's a sequence of what has happened on the first goal. The keeper's just going along. That's it. They're bypassing City's midfield. I just think you need a Jeremy Doku or a Jack Grealish on. I think City need genuine worth here. I think Jeremy Doku is needed. Don't know how long Pep will wait, but I think City need a Jeremy Doku. We need to level this up before going into half time. Otherwise, it will just be so much tense. It's a long throw in, and it's a corner for Brentford. Brentford and their irritating set pieces. I don't know why Brentford bend over when they face United, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's only when they face City like they turn into prime Inter Milan under Jose Mourinho and they start doing stuff. Again, we need to defend well. Even Tony had a chance over there, and I think it's another corner. Is it? But I think the last glance came off. Yes, it's even Tony, but I don't know. I think yes, it's another set piece. The last touch was of a City player. City can't concede the second. That will be too much. Coming back from a two-goal deficit, coming back from one goal deficit itself is so freaking hard against Brentford. Ederson had done very well because that was creeping in, but the danger is just not over. That's a good defensive. My God, it's another corner. How many corners? City. It's not one corner every 3 to 4 minutes, Camden. Yeah, it's now like three corners in a minute for Brentford. Brentford are one of the best set piece teams in the league, and you keep conceding corner after corner after corner to them. Just don't understand this. It's another corner. Bloody hell. Ah, just cannot. How many corners will you concede to Brentford? Erling Haaland does well with the defensive clearance, but Flecken launches it long and Ederson should collect. I mean, we are not even able to get the ball of bloody Brentford now. What the hell? This midfield experiment is it's just not working. Walker's done exceptionally well there. Walker's done exceptionally well. Rodri needs to give it. Yes, City have got the ball back. City are it's such a piece of an art to see City carry the ball from back to the front. Whatever might be the situation in the game, it's just such an art. That's a great switch there. Regulion intercepts it, and the ball's gone out. And Regulion thought he was prime. Uh, Roberto Carlos. Natanake with the ball. The win probability meter is showing win for Brentford, but that was the case with Everton as well, right? At Goodison Park. Rodri, Josko Guardiola, Kevin De Bruyne. What a ball that is! I think Guardiola should have tried to give it to Erling Haaland and someone. I don't know why he went for goal over there. That was a great ball there from Kevin De Bruyne. Only De Bruyne could do that. That was a miss. He didn't go for the shot. It was just a miss hit cross. Guardiola needs to improve on those. He needs to find Erling Haaland in them positions. What a ball that was from Kevin De Bruyne, to be honest. I don't know what Edison's doing. We've just been so shambolic. Not shambolic, but we've just been casual in this first half. That's what I've got a feeling. Rodri. Rodri needed to play someone in over there. Just giving the bloody ball away. Walker does exceedingly well. Then there'll be at least 3 minutes added on. That's a great ball from Rodri. Bernardo Silva, great technique to receive the ball. That was wonderful from Phil Foden, but it's. Ah! If only the goalkeeper dropped it into the goal. We need to at least get 3 minutes of added time. Natanake, Kevin De Bruyne. Kyle Walker was a risky pass, but Bernardo Silva. Foden, Kevin De Bruyne. It's another corner for City. Everyone's trying these long shots. Look at the long shot from Kevin De Bruyne over there. Keeper does well, to be honest. Flecken has been exceptional today. It's been very good. Is it another corner? I think it's another corner. Brentford player in the way. It's a free. It's a free kick for for Brentford, and De Bruyne is not happy. De Bruyne is angry. It's 3 minutes of added time. Can we score a goal in these 3 minutes? That's the question. I think Haaland needed to play Kevin De Bruyne in there. He's gone wide, and that was a mistake. Bernardo Silva needs to play De Bruyne and play Rodri, and I don't know what Rodri can do. Think they need to recycle it and play De Bruyne, and there's still time. De Bruyne was available as an option, and they still haven't. 16 attempts from City, and Brentford have done nothing. To be honest, apart from the goal in attack, it's been nothing. City have done everything, and still we are behind. That's how football goes sometimes. Many times, just like life. Yeah! We score! Phil Foden scores! Woo! Yes! Just on the stroke of half time. Look at the celebration from Phil Foden. It is this. Wow! What a goal from Phil Foden over there. The run from Phil Foden. Wow. There's definitely no offside in the build-up. Foden scores well. Foden scores well. No, it was not an easy ball to control. Bliss activated. Gautam says Bliss activated. We want Bliss in God mode, Gautam. From now on, we want Bliss in God mode. Now on. It's again the pattern's interesting. The pattern's interesting, Gautam, because Goodison Park, we were 1-0 down. I think that's the end of the half. I'll come back to it, but Guardiola does well to take the ball. Is exceptional from Josko Guardiola. Josko Guardiola is in God mode today. What an excellent defensive this thing from Josko Guardiola. That was like a Rolls Royce defender. And it's Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is through. Kevin De Bruyne is through. Ah, it would have been wonderful if Haaland made it 2-0, 2-1. But JSK is finally. But again, we had a chance. We had a chance at the end. JSK is but finishing is concerning. Exactly, JSK. I was actually bothered by Erling Haaland 1-on-1. If you remember, 3-4 minutes after Brentford scored the goal, Erling Haaland goes through 1-on-1 and he had to score, and he didn't. It wasn't a difficult finish as well, you know. He just had to lift it over the keeper, and he didn't do it. So finishing is concerning. Finishing is definitely concerning. But but at least we are 1-1 there. But at least it's level at 1-1. But then the thing is, against Everton at Goodison Park, we are 1-0 down, and who brings us back into the game? Phil Foden with an exceptional shot. Here we are 1-0 down at a tough away stadium. Who brings us back? Phil Foden. Phil Foden for me this season has gone up another level. Phil Foden has just taken another huge stride forward in his development. I think he's taken that step almost towards that leadership where it's a tough situation. It's KDB who was KDB still doing it, but it's generally KDB who generally does a tough situation, steps forward. Foden's telling this season, I am there. I will also step forward. I will take on more responsibility. Phil Foden, especially after the Crystal Palace game where he was the reason we dropped points, he admitted it. He's just been sensational since that Crystal Palace game. He has been very, very good. Gautam, we need bliss in God mode for the next 45 minutes. But yeah, Jeske, finishing is concerning because this match, with the chances we have had, with the long range chances we have had, I think we should have at least been 2, 3 goals to the good, if not more. At least 2, 3 goals. I know the keeper's done well, but we should have finished better as well. But an interesting half, but a very interesting half to be honest. I'll just have a bit of water and come. Coutinho says always felt Foden is a better player through the center than on the wing. He was not a better player through the center, Coutinho. In the past seasons, even till the Crystal Palace game on December the 24th or somewhere there, Foden was not a better player through the middle. Until that Crystal Palace game, Pep trusted Alvarez and the center than Foden, and Alvarez is a center forward. He doesn't even have midfield attributes. Why Foden was not a good player through the center is he does not have pausa. See, playing through the center is not about all about your attacking traits. It's about your defensive traits. You need to know when to release the ball because you just can't keep playing through balls because opposition will hit you in transition. You need to select those moments. You need to. What did Foden do against Crystal Palace? Foden 93rd minute. What did Foden 92nd minute? What did Foden do? Foden tried to dribble past Crystal Palace player in the midfield when he could have just passed it. There was an easy option of Walker. He could have just passed it or done something. Tried to dribble City, lose the ball. Palace go to the other end, penalty. They get a penalty. So you see one action of Foden choosing to dribble there instead of passing to the player resulted in us dropping 2 points. That's how much your decision making, your ability to think when should I dribble, when should I pass, when should I play the through ball. Foden didn't quite have that in him, but after the Crystal Palace game, he he sort of grew after that game and he sort of understood, it came at a price. I understand 2 points we lost, but it came at a price. But Foden sort of became a better person after that. He always had that midfield thing, but after that he knew sort of, he grew, you mature after certain situations. That's what Foden did there. So Foden was not always a better player through the center. And I think Pep was right about, waiting for him, waiting to give a chance to him at the center when he was almost there. So it's actually interesting that the patience from Pep, and everybody in the media and everyone were shouting, not now, but even 3, 4, 5 years ago, that England's brightest talent is being wasted by Pep Guardiola on the wing, sometimes at left back. Pep even played him at left back, false nine. Pep played him at every other position except the center. That took for 4 years. Foden roughly 2019, I think, when Foden was integrated fully into the City team and he was starting matches. That was the year. And this was a coach who's coached Xavi, Busquets, De Bruyne, you name Tony Cruz for a while when he was at Bayern. You name the top midfielders and Pep Guardiola has coached them. So there must have been something that Pep had seen him in Foden, that Pep has put Foden on the left wing, on the right wing for a while. So I would say kudos to Pep, for example, for patiently doing it with Foden, and now Foden's just doing well in midfield. But the half's been interesting, but I think the half is really interesting because City have been the dominant team, and City have been the more threatening team. But yeah, I think the one goal which we considered to Brentford was a simple loft from the keeper, and we just don't win that second ball. That's it. It's just route A football. That's it. It's the most basic kind of football. So that was a goal against the run of play. The one thing I would say is, just like even JSK mentioned, I think finishing has been very, very concerning. Finishing, especially from Haaland. How can you go through one on one and like that and not finish? And that finish was also simple. Just a dinko, just left your shot a bit over the keeper. That too, it was on his favored left foot as well. The angle opened up. How many times have you seen Erling Haaland finish from that angle? Not acceptable from Erling Haaland. So finishing has been concerning. The long shots have been good, but I think everything's been good. It's just that that final bit's not happening. That final bit of magic, it's not been happening. JSK says, imagine if Nunez missed that Haaland chance, he'd be crucified by the media. But honestly, JSK and that I just don't understand. It was on his stronger left foot as well. If it was on his weaker foot, I would have okay excused him. But it was on his stronger left foot as well. So Again, Erling Haaland's I know he's just coming back from injury, but he's a bit rusty. KDB looked a bit rusty, to be honest. I know I don't want to say it. I don't want to go too heavily because he's King Kevin, but for me, when KDB looked rusty as well. Some of the crosses, he didn't put in some of the easier crosses, but I think the one player who's looked very good today is Josko Guardiol. He's looked like a boss. His look is finally Josko Guardiol is finally looking like he's owning that left back, left wing back, whatever you call that position, left-sided defensive position. Guardiol was exceptional today in terms of making those runs forward, getting into the box defensively as well. There was an instance at the end, I think, where Guardiol calmly and coolly takes the ball, recycles it, and then passes it to set up an attack for KDP. Josko Guardiol has been very very good. He's slowly growing into the role. I think. I mean, there's no negatives to point out in this team apart from our finishing. I know we're drawing 1-1, but honestly, apart from that one mistake, I know it was a defensive lapse in concentration, maybe. Apart from that, okay, Edison had one or two wobbly moments, but apart from that, I don't think we have done much wrong. I think that's what Pep will be saying to the players. We have not done much wrong. But one thing is, do you bring on Jeremy Doku? Yes, exactly, JSK. That's what I was thinking. Jeremy is needed in this game. Do you bring on Jeremy Doku? It's an interesting thing. I think the one player who I would bring on is not Jeremy Doku, but it's Matthews Nunez maybe, because it would give you more steel in that midfield defensively, and also I think Matthews Nunez makes those late runs into the box. I probably think that would be so much helpful in breaking this Brentford defense down. I think Matthews Nunez is the one I would actually try to bring on and not Jeremy Doku, because with Jeremy Doku, the problem again with Jeremy Doku is transitions. Think Brentford rely heavily on transitions and Doku on the wing. Think I know it would stretch Brentford more. It's interesting, but with Jeremy Doku, you risk transitions, but then Guardiola is much more behind. Then ahead, if Doku is there, yeah, I think it balances it out. But I think Matthews Nunes would be interesting because low blocks always hate one thing. It's not the wide winger or something, but low blocks actually hate midfield runners. Runners from the midfield who arrive late into the box. So I actually think we are back in for the second half. They're showing the Premier League table, and Brentford move on to 15th. I mean, if the score stays like this, of course. And where is City? City remain in third. But again, I think we need to do well in this game. Need to put everything in this game. Let's see how the substitutions. I mean, I'll be surprised if I don't see Oscar Bob in this game, because Oscar Bob, tight spaces, low blocks. Oscar Bob is a master. So it'll be interesting how City go on with it. Rodri, Nathan Ake, Brentford are pressing aggressively there. Haaland's just gone a bit early over there. Rodri. Bernardo Silva receives the ball. Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker there. Rodri. Kyle Walker. Rodri again. Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne. Kyle Walker again. And it's a City throw in. City are looking to again. Just imagine you have someone like a Frimpong or someone in those crossing positions of Walker. Give it back to Eddie. Nathan Ake. City are looking to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. Nathan Ake, Phil Foden. Kyle Walker does exceptionally well there. The acceleration from Walker, this is something which you might not get from a Frimpong or someone, that defensive awareness. Phil Foden through the midfield. Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. Josko Guardiola, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. And there's no foul there, but even Tony chooses to fall and it's a free kick. He's dived. Even Tony's dived there. Give a yellow to him for simulation. Even Tony's dived over there. And City are through. I don't know why Erling Haaland was there. To be honest, he has to be running in. Kyle Walker, it's Kyle Walker on the overlap. Bernardo Silva had to play that ball to Kyle Walker on the overlap. Don't know why Erling Haaland came in the way of Julian Alvarez. Ruben Diaz does extremely well, and it's not a corner as well. Ruben Diaz does extremely well against Neil Mopey. Wonderful from Ruben Diaz, but again that counter. Again that counter-attacking goal. Sorry, that counter-attacking chance. I don't know what Haaland was doing there. Like he should be charging forward. I don't know why he's, especially when there's Julian Alvarez. And City have a chance on the counter. And now Brentford can go the other way. Arcade as well there. This match is just going end to end. It's like a swing. It's like a merry-go-round. That is a great pass from almost. It was a great pass from Phil Foden, but it was almost almost a great pass to KDB and it was intercepted. Wow, the speed of play over there, that is breakneck speed. And already 5 minutes are up. This half time just goes by so quickly. Kyle Walker, Rodri, Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz, give it to KDB, Phil Foden. Will Haaland get his goal against Brentford? He's never scored against Brentford, remember. Nathan Ake, Josko Guardiola does well. His ability on the ball is so underrated, it's just so exceptional. It's a City throw in. Nathan Ake, Kyle Walker. Walker's done well over there. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker. And City score! Wow! What a goal! Phil Foden scores his second, and it's the KDB assist. Wow! What a goal by Phil Foden! What a header! He is one of the shortest men on the pitch, and what a goal that is from Phil Foden, and what a ball that is from KDB. And just look at the run from Phil Foden. That run from Phil Foden is just exceptional. Wow, what a run that is from Phil Foden. Come on, Phil. Woo! And look at his new celebration. What a celebration that is from Phil Foden. Is he offside? I just hope there's no offside. He's not offside. He's definitely not offside, I think. Ah, that was a great header there. Had to be in the corner or else Flacken was saving it. Had to be in the corner. Had to be in the corner and it was in the corner. What a man, what a player. Phil Foden, Phil, one of our own. Come on, Phil. Come on. Whew. Ah, wow, what a goal that is from Phil Foden. Now we need to try and score that third and just take this thing out of the match. Foden's on a hat trick. Can he score the hat trick? Kevin De Bruyne was almost on a counter attack there, and it's another chance for Kevin De Bruyne. But Brentford just snatched the ball away. One more goal on the counter, and it would be a bit easy viewing there without any tension in the game. JSK has never doubted KDB, and what about Phil Foden? JSK, the run from Phil Foden, runner from the midfield is so important in breaking down this low blocks. I bet JSK if Haaland would have been there, he would have missed the header for sure because of his rustiness. He would have. The header was so good, right? It was so good. The header was so good. The ball was good, but the finish was even better. We need to score the third, JSK. We need to score the third. Tough away stadium. We need to score the third. Erling Haaland racing onto the ball. That's a good ball by Ederson, to be honest. Phil Foden's just look at the control there. It's just exceptional. Phil Foden. Just imagine there is KDB, but just imagine in the future pairing Florian Wirtz and Foden together, or Jamal Musiala and Foden together, because news is that City might be interested in Musiala as well. Kevin on the right. Ah, that was a deflection, maybe I think, but it was there for Kevin De Bruyne to hit. It was a deflection. Otherwise, I think that was without a deflection, I think it was going in. Pep Guardiola thought it was a goal. He was like this, Pep. Haaland was running through. I think the through ball should have been to Haaland there, but now Brentford are coming out and attacking. Can City take advantage of it? Rodri, sorry, it's Julian Alvarez. It's been very good again. Julian Alvarez carrying that ball through the midfield, to be honest. Kyle Walker. Kyle, there's a switch in there to Guardiola if you can actually. Rodri. Josko Guardiola has been very good. Kevin De Bruyne. Kyle Walker. There's always Bernardo Silva available as an outlet. JSK, I think the job Bernardo is doing, you can actually see Savio does exactly the same for Girona. Bernardo is world class player. Savio is still in the journey of getting there, but the role Savio can hug the touch line and stuff, and is a much more natural winger than Bernardo. So maybe I think that would be the reason why City are going in for Savio more. Bernardo Silva gets the ball now. What a shit cross that was from Kyle Walker. We need to score the third. We need to score the third. 13 corners. Just kick in the set piece coach. Do his magic here. 13th corner. Lucky number 13. Set piece coach. Is it? It's not. That is exceptional there from Josko Guardiola again. Who is the idiot who's given it away there? Ah, that was a missed chance. I think it was Ruben Diaz with the mistake. Those are the chances which you don't give. Even Tony does well. And Ruben Diaz does exceptionally well there to block it. Wow, that is prime Ruben Diaz. That is prime Ruben Diaz. That is Ruben Diaz at his absolute best. But I don't know who was the one who gave it away after Guardiola did exceptionally well there. We need to defend another set piece. Ah! Tony had a chance on that, to be honest. I think was it Tony or someone had a chance on that on the far post. Flick on was good from Brentford. The ball just bounced about Tony, but Guardiola was marking him well. Norgard with the flick on, but Tony did well over there. No, why are we playing such a risky? I don't know what the hell are we doing there playing out from the back. We will concede if we play like this. Again a corner. Don't know what the hell we are doing. When all the Brentford players are pressing on you, tell Erling Haaland to run and play it bloody long. You have that option now. Don't know what we are doing. Why do we want to be barraged by Brentford set pieces? Just don't know. And it's an in-swinger as well. Ah! For a moment I thought we conceded. Shit. For a moment I thought we conceded over there. What the hell just happened over there? Josko Guardiola does well. There have been some heroic defensive performances today. It's a bloody long throw and you just don't entertain set pieces from Brentford. Look at the long throw and he wants to just clear the bloody ball. KDB, go and press Flecking. And Josko Guardiola gets hold of the ball there. Phil Foden, Rodri, Foden, Guardiola has been, I think, it's one of his best performances in a City shirt. I would even say the best performance in a City shirt at least till now. KDB's pass was intercepted, but Nathan Ake. You need to score another goal to just stay calm, to have that breathing space. There's no sting in that shot from Rodri. Didn't generate the power, but Rodri just places it and passes it into the corner. He doesn't generate power. Yeah. Ah, KDB should have gone for that. And it's another turnover and KDB can't complete the pass now. City need to be taking advantage of these chances because they might get scarcer and scarcer as the game goes by. That's a great block. It's a fantastic block. We need to keep hold of the possession better. I think the introduction of John Stones. Ah, that was a great effort there by Ivan Tony. But I think the introduction of John Stones or even a Kanji is becoming imminent as the game is going by. Even a Matthews Nunez, I think you need a controller in midfield now. He was on side. I think it was Ruben Diaz playing him on side. But City cannot concede chances like that. Again, why is a long kick from a keeper causing us so much trouble? Edison does well. Edison does exceptionally well. Rodri, keep the ball better. That's the only thing. Keep the ball better. I think you need a Kovacic or a Matthews Nunez to control the play in midfield, to be honest. Score a goal, then bring on Kovacic and Akanji and close the game down. I think that should be the idea for Pep. But the first intention should be to score a goal from a City perspective. We need to score. We need to score the goal. And then bring on an Akanji or a Stones and a Nunez or a Kovacic and maybe even a Doku. KDB's done well there. Kyle Walker, KDB. Kyle Walker, KDB again. City are now back to controlling possession. That was such a frantic piece of play, to be honest. Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker, Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz, Julian Alvarez with the space, Josko Guardiol. Ah, that cross was above Haaland. Foden does well. Rodri back to Nathan Ake. We need to score the next goal, guys. There's no two things about that. We need to score the next goal. Be honest. And Phil Foden scores. It's a hat trick for Phil Foden. Goes through and scores like a king. You are one of our own, Phil. You are one of our own. Come on, Phil. What a goal there from Phil Foden. Phil Foden, one of our own, has announced himself on an elevation to the next level. What a game from Phil Foden. Single-handedly his dictated the game. I know the game's not done or something, but single-handedly he's dictated the game, Phil Foden. And what's up with this new celebration, Phil? Wow, wow, what an exceptional piece of play. It's definitely onside. Goes through one-on-one and his finishing has just improved so much. What a goal there from Phil Foden. What a goal. This is fantastic from Phil. Come on, Phil. Wow. 1-0 down. Tough away stadium. Phil Foden says, "Yes, boss. I'm there." Jessica says hat trick Foden, Haaland assist. What a game, what a finish from Foden, right? JSK and Foden's I think his almost at a striker's game, right? First goal, right footed finish, if I'm not wrong. Second goal, header. Third goal, left footed finish. Left foot, right foot head. So I'm not sure about the first goal, but he's almost had a striker's game. But wow, again that runners from the midfield. Just says thanks to the set piece coach. But honestly, JSK was so much afraid. See, that last 10 minutes before the goal, those Brentford got a few set pieces. And I was scared on that end. JSK, your wish is fulfilled. Long, may long live Jeremy Doku. Wow. Even Tony Chance and the block from Ruben Diaz, they were all pivotal moments in the game. Josko Guardiol with an excellent piece of defending. The defend Foden with the hat trick gets the man of the match, sure, but I think defenders were our heroes today. Guardiol and Diaz defending like that. Ake, organizing the defense. Kyle Walker, especially seeing Diaz and Guardiola defend like that. It's just it's just so pumping. It's just so energy pumping. It's just so good. Nathan Ake, Josko Guardiola, Jeremy Doku with the ball. The referee says no foul. JSK says, by the way, Chelsea fans should stop comparing Palmer to Foreign. There was an other Chelsea fan I saw on one of the YouTube channels, and he was telling Phil Foden is so overrated. He was literally telling Phil Foden is so overrated. JSK says Ruben Diaz has gained his form back after kicked out his goal digger ex. I think single Ruben Diaz is the best for City. Whenever he's single, his life seems to be uncomplicated and simple. And again they're just playing around the penalty box. Jeremy Doku. Jeremy, just don't lose the bloody ball. That's all. And give away a transition. That's my only worry with Jeremy Doku. He's carried the ball well and connected with his Belgium teammate Nathan Ake. That's the thing, JSK. I don't know what goes on with these Chelsea fans because there was another Chelsea fan telling that Phil Foden is the most overrated player he has seen, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Did you even see what Phil Foden does? I think Phil Foden is better than all of the players Chelsea have right now, and it's not even a debate. Kyle Walker, Ake does well there. Ake does well. Foden helping back. His defensive nose in the midfield is just superb. Phil Foden. I think one more goal and the game should be done, to be honest. Josko Guardiola, just look at his confidence. Yes, okay. What do you think about Josko Guardiola's game today? It's been superb, right? He's just been exceptional, Josko Guardiola as well. And people said, why are you spending 100 million? Just see how he's played today. And it was a very difficult game for Josko Guardiola, to be honest. They were putting a lot of pressure on him. The Brentford players and Jeremy Doku. That is wonderful from Kevin De Bruyne. Ah, that was a bad ball. It's a transition now. It's a Jeremy, run back, use all your pace, Jeremy. That is well done from Kyle Walker. I don't know who didn't recycle the ball over there and just gave a blind pass forward. That was so bad. It's a substitution. Brentford is preparing a triple substitution here. Three substitutes for Brentford. I think Jeremy Doku should be very careful in terms of those transitions. I think that's the only worry. Those transitions. We need to be ready when Doku is on the ball. He dribbles, he loses. You need to be ready for that worst case scenario. Nathan Ake does exceptionally well. Okay, it's a corner for Brentford, but Ake had to be perfect with that tackle. I don't know why we are struggling so much with the long balls from Brentford. We need to be we just can't concede of the set piece now. Now that we are 3-1 up. Just need to score the fourth goal and close the game down and just finish the game off. For a moment I thought it went in. That was an unchallenged header from Norgard. I don't know who's marking him, but not unchallenged essentially. But Nathan Ake did exceptionally well there. Julian Alvarez, don't know what his position is. It's a Thomas Muller position. You just need to keep hold of the ball much better. Ederson does well. The catching and the handling from Ederson has been superb. It's been exceptional. Look at that. From when Jeremy Doku has come, the controls just not been there as much. It's a Brentford free kick. Neil Maupay is such a shit house, to be honest. It's another substitution for Brentford. Kevin De Bruyne is running. It's a counter attack. Don't know what Brentford are asking there. It was definitely outside the box, but I think the foul was on Nathan Ake as well. It was definitely outside the box. I don't think VAR can intervene in that, to be honest. Again a transition. Brentford. And the ball goes out. Kyle Walker is just bringing all his physicality and aggression into this. I think Kyle Walker, when he leaves football, he will definitely try his hand at UFC fighting, UFC ring fighting. Edison with the ball. Need to score the fourth. I have a feeling that we need to score the fourth here. Phil Foden with the ball. Just keep the ball for a while and just calm everything down. Brentford wants us to be agitated and then go on and hit us on the break. That's what Brentford want. But just let us be calm and collected and cool. I don't know why Nathanak is making a run forward. That's a foul and it's a free kick in Brentford's favor. Will they bring the keeper up for this as well? I don't know. Erling Haaland. That's a throw in for City. Brentford are not liking how City are physically matching up to them. They thought they are the shit houses or they are the local goons, but City are telling if you are the local goons, we are the mafia. We have a bad side to us as well, and we'll show it physically, mentally, everything. We'll give it to you. That's what City have thought Brentford here. Good shot from Julian Alvarez. That goes in and the match over. Very good shot. That was great hold up play from Haaland. And I think either side of the goalkeeper and Alvarez scores. Julian Alvarez through the wing. And that's a City corner, I guess. Yes, that's a City corner. I think City should take this corner shot. Don't want to give Brentford a chance to go on the count. It's a throw in actually. I thought it was a corner, but yeah. Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku. Ah! Ah! Kevin, that was a great shot from Kevin De Bruyne. He just missed by this much. Ah, Kevin De Bruyne has not been up to his usual level, but yet he's been very influential. And it's Kova coming on Kovacic. Haaland goes off, Alvarez goes to strike, and Kovacic comes on to control the game. Interesting. I thought Nunez would come on, but then I think Kovacic is unpressable. I think maybe Pep wants to prevent those transitions a bit more with Nunez. I think you get more of those forward runs and stuff with Kovacic. I think Kovacic can hold very well as well. Maybe not on his own, but I think with Rodri, he's just superb. Kovacic and is unpressable as well. He can carry the ball to pressure and is full of running as well. So we don't concede a goal in the next 4 minutes. That has to be our aim now. Tough away ground, you're 3-1 up, and oh, that's a mistake from uh, Brentford player. I think Doku has to go all the way here. Ah, I can't blame him. He had to. There was no support as well. That was a run, but Doku does well again, regaining the ball. Kyle back to Edison. We can't concede a goal until the 90th minute now. Kovacic, Kevin De Bruyne. Kovacic, I think Foden's not gone. He's still in the middle, is not gone out wide. Pep has not allowed Foden to go out wide throughout the match. Foden has been on the at the center, to be honest. Look at that. Kovacic has come, and suddenly Brentford can't get the ball of us. That control which Kovacic provides, the weapons which City have. Yes, Gundogan's gone. Yes, it's a mistake from the board. I won't hide behind the rock and say no, it's not a mistake and something. It was a mistake, but look at the weapons Pep has bought in to deal with that. Is but Kovacic who gives you another dynamic. He's unpressable. He carries the ball exceptionally well. Look at and defensively he can contribute as well. He's full of running, full of energy. He's got Matthews Nunez who makes some great runs off the ball. He's an energetic box to box player. Look at the weapons that Pep has accumulated when they lost Gundogan. Kyle Walker, it would be foolish to give a ball into the box. Just rotate the ball, invite Brentford in there, tire their legs. Nathan Ake, Kovacic. Look at Kovacic carrying the ball there. Kyle Walker, Nathan Ake. Give it back to Addison. Let Brentford push up the pitch. That was dangerous there, but when have City not been dangerous in terms of how we play? Josko Guardiol, Brentford are just not able to get the ball of us. It's Mateo Kovacic. It's Kevin De Bruyne. The ball was just a bit behind De Bruyne there. But City get the ball back again. Brentford are just frustrated. They bloody just cannot get the ball back from City. Matthew Kovacic has just come on and he's told enough of all of your this thing, Brentford. There'll be no more turnovers when I'm on the pitch. That's what Kovacic has told Brentford. The Brentford players, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. Look at his maturity moving through the midfield. Phil Foden, Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Josko Guardiol. That that is superb from Ruben Diaz. Our defense has been excellent today. Think if you that's a foul and City get the free kick. The last 5 minutes, Brentford have not had any ball. This is what City can do, and this is what a Liverpool and Arsenal cannot do. And you want to kill games off, and you want to conserve energy. City can just keep the ball. We have players like Kovacic, Rodri, Foden, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, who are masters at keeping the ball. Mopai is so frustrated that he's just asked to come off and he's gone off. This is The best of City we are seeing this season, especially in terms of passing the ball, in terms of suffocating the opponents. We have been superb. Yes, the first half we conceded the goal. We were 1-1, but we went in 1-1, but we dominated the game then as well. And now it's been complete domination. Look at Pep there. Look at that look on his face. It's just been superb from City. Kevin De Bruyne. It's 5 minutes of added time, and 1 minute's already up. Pep still wants to see things from some of his players. He's still doing this and this and all. That's the dedication. That's the drive it takes to win everything and still drive your team to go on once more. How do you drive someone who's already climbed Mount Everest, for example, to do it again? It's exceptionally difficult, right? Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne. Keeper does well there. Brentford keeper, credit where it's due. Kevin De Bruyne, Brentford are just not able to take the ball. They're tired. The legs are tired. Even Tony, full of energy, who was full of energy, just on his haunches. Jeremy Doku, Doku, just go and drive with the Brentford fullback. Just go and drive. They're doubling up on Doku, 2-on-1. City have lost the ball and not a good time to concede a goal. Not at all a good time to concede a goal. And it's a corner for Brentford. 2 more minutes to go. Just don't concede now because the momentum will again shift. I do not want to see a Real Madrid all over again. That was a cheap giveaway. I don't know from who in the midfield, but City have defended it well. City have defended it very well. I think that should be that. No, there's still 1.5 minutes left, but City have defended the Brentford set pieces exceptionally well, I must say. Josko Guardiola, just look at the way he's taking the ball. It's just superb. The way we are keeping, I think from the 85th minute to the 95th minute, except for that one set piece which Brentford got because we gave the ball away, Brentford did not even have a touch of the ball. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez, and 1-0 down in the 20th minute, and City come back to win. City, this is a statement when we had to win this. We had to win this. And especially after Liverpool dropping points yesterday, this is more than just a win. This is a statement for the rest of the Premier League, for people who want to chase us in the title race. This is the statement from City, and in one of the toughest stadiums, at least for City to go to in the Premier League. I don't know about other teams, but what a win for City again. Defensively, the performances were just exceptional. I don't know what Neil Maupay is having words with Pep Guardiola. Just get lost, Neil Maupay. We saw what a sit house you were, but anyway, this has been an exceptional performance from City. Defensively, we were just superb. Kyle Walker, just the way he made the runs into the attacking third, the way he tracked back, used his pace, but recovery pace. But I think Ake, Diaz, and Guardiola were just on another level today. The tackles, the blocks they made, it was just exceptional all round. Great win for City, and it's just been fantastic. And a great day for Phil Foden as well. Today seems to be the day when Phil Foden has finally gone up another level. There are still levels to be there, but he's literally gone up another level. I think it's just superb. He's finally arrived in the midfield role for me today, Phil Foden. And Josko Guardiola for me has arrived today as a left back at City. So two people uh, who've just shown it's superb. And also Pep Guardiola today has shown that it's possible to play with Foden and De Bruyne along with Alvarez, the three of them in midfield. I don't know how we did that, but kudos to Pep again. And see you guys and enjoy the victory. Vinay says big 3 points. It is not easy, Vinay. If you saw Brentford had so many set pieces on the transitions, they were so the pressing was good, especially when Edison was trying to pass the ball out. On transitions, they were lethal. Even Tony had before Foden hit the second goal. Even Tony had a chance where he blazes over from almost an open net. Norgard had an open header almost, so it was not an easy game. Brentford had chances, especially after we were 1-0 down. Brentford were sitting back and trying to hit us on the break. And but all I would say is Haaland needs to improve his finishing. And I can't believe I'm telling this uh, because Haaland is one of the best strikers in the world. Vinay says, but defense is shambles. I actually thought Josko Guardiola and Ruben Diaz had a good game. Guardiola had a very good game, I thought. But playing out from the back, yes, there were mistakes, I understand, but those transitions which Brentford had, I don't blame them on the defense because the entire team is up, and suddenly there's a wild pass from, I think it was Bernardo Silva, or even Kevin De Bruyne was attempting a through ball and the ball didn't go through, which happens and the transition happened. So I don't think you can blame the defense exactly on transitions like that because the entire team is up. I think I think in that case you blame the midfielder generally because the midfielder has to pick those moments to make the through ball. So I don't blame the defense entirely in transitions, but one-on-one battles and stuff. The block from Ruben Diaz, the way Josko Guardiola at the end of the first half, the way he defended a Brentford player down the wing. I think Guardiola for me had the best match as a left back in a City shirt for me. And Ruben Diaz, I think again is back to his best, especially from the block. The goal from not the shot from Nogard was on target, and Josko Guardiola, sorry, Ruben Diaz blocked it. So I think on transitions the defense looks shaky, but again that is about the entire structure. I think I wouldn't blame it on defense because the entire team is pushed high and the midfielder gives it away. So questions on the midfielders there on the transitions, but in general I thought the defenders did what they had to do. Nathan Ake was good as well. He makes a tackle in the 82nd minute or something when I think it was even Tony or someone who gets inside the box. So I think the defenders, for me, I think on the contrary, I think this has been one of our better defensive performances this season. And for me, Phil Foden has gone up another level, and Josko Guardiola has arrived as a left back in this game. I think Stones and Akanji needs to wait. I think there'll be a rotation between Diaz, Stones, and Ake. With Akanji, I think he might rotate Akanji with Kyle Walker. I think that's the only way. I don't see Akanji slotting straight back into this team. especially with Ake being so good and Diaz and Stones fighting for the other spot. Will be interesting to see, but I don't think he drops Nathan Ake, especially the way Ake has been playing in the last couple of matches. Anyway, guys, Vinay says Foden matured and good night. Vinay, I think Foden matured right after the Crystal Palace match. In the Crystal Palace match was a tipping point. I know we lost 2 points, but we gained but we gained someone who became a man from a boy from that match. Foden really looked mature. Foden really looked superb. He looked mature beyond his years. And to see all of this, Foden's just 23, to 23, 24. So just imagine what this what Foden will be like when he's 27, 28. He would just be awesome. He keeps himself fit and focused on football, that is. Anyway, a great performance and fantastic win from City. And see you all, guys, and take care. What a great start to the week, right? What a great start to the week. The entire week could be